Back to Redneck Rec, part 5 of the M5 Macchi by Minimum RC. Finally figured out what part we're on. And on this one, we're going to go ahead and build the tail surface to this. And you're going to go from this, and we're going to have the tail on it. Okay. And then for this, we're actually going to have to go and use the 502 glue and cut these parts out. For your tail surfaces. It's the control horns on it. There's one piece. Come on. It's being difficult. Oh, there we are. These pieces are the pieces we're going to need as well. And they're the control horns and what's it called? Reinforcement to your control surfaces, your elevators, your rudder. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start with this, and this is just pretty straightforward. What you're going to want to do is there's some score marks on each one, and you're going to want to go ahead and score that again with your carbon fiber rod. So you're just going to take that, run it through a couple of times. Okay, you're going to do it on both the vertical and the horizontal stabilizer. And you're going to want to do that just a couple of times. That way you get free range of movement when you actually do this. Now I've dry fit all these already once, but I'm going to do it on. So, and when you do it, you got to make sure that it stays square. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and throw our glue top and bottom here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go around the other side, put a little there. Okay. Normally I would give this a 30 count. Actually, you know what? I'm going to give it a 30 count anyway. Okay. Now you make sure that that's nice and square, just like that. Then you have these little pieces, and these little pieces are going to help square it up and true it up when it's on the model. And you got to go ahead and put them on each side. So go ahead and do that now. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw a dab there. And kind of like when you use hot glue. You want to smash it, move it, get that glue down in there. And you pull it off and give it a 30 count. Okay. Okay. We'll go ahead and do the same to the other side. Big old blob. Just like we did with the other one. Pull that off for the 30 count. $30 count done. And there you go. That's what you should have after that. And then we move on to the next pieces. And get our 502 glue out. And this is going to go right there. Actually, I can go like this with it too. You can have it either way. I can't remember which one's which, but we'll figure it out. So, what you do is you just snap these in. Okay. Get them in there as good as you can, and then you're just going to drop. It didn't work. Okay. Okay, dry fit is done. Go ahead and pull this apart again. We're going to put a little bit of glue here. Small drop. You have a glue. And take this. Make sure it goes nice and square. Give yourself a nice 90-degree angle on that. Okay, let's move to the next one. Next one goes like this. Okay, that didn't want to work very well. Okay, that's as good of a dry fit as I'm going to get. Go ahead and do it again. Got that small bead there. Okay, well, those two pieces are done. We apply them as such in the picture. Okay. And then to secure this to the foam, we're going to go back to the alien or UFO glue. Alien glue, UFO glue, whatever the hell it's called. Foam tack, whatever. Okay. And then just like the rest of these pieces that we have been putting together, apply your piece, then remove it, give it a 30 count. Okay. While that's drying, we're going to go ahead and connect this to right there. Bam. Okay. Right. All right. Tail unit has been built. We're going to go ahead and do a 30 count on that, and then I'll put this back into position. Once I put it back into position, we're going to end this video, and on the next one we'll install this on the fuselage and move from there. Alright, Redneck Rec, like, share, subscribe, comment, get us in that algorithm, guys. Thanks. Redneck Rec. Welcome back to Redneck Rec, and good morning. We are going to start today off by putting on the tail stabilizer onto the fuselage, tail and vertical. So, before we actually do that, I wanted to let you know, I actually had to get in here and make a few little cuts so that I could get some deflection out of that elevator. And then I had to pull this off, I had to cut it off and reapply a little further out, because when it was going up, it was making the rudder move to the right. So anytime I go up, I'd go this way if that was to be happening. So make sure that you put it far enough forward that you actually get deflection out of both of them. So with that, let's go ahead and apply our glue. Oh, I already pre-applied the sticker here. Okay, and when you put this on, make sure that you get your 90 degrees, and you're going to have to brace it on the underside to get the full adhesion on that. We're going to go ahead and give ourselves that 30 count. Alright, we'll go ahead and put that back on after letting it tack up just a little bit. And you want to look down and make sure that you don't have deflection coming off of your vertical. You want everything perpendicular and parallel. Okay, that should be good, yeah? How's that look to you, Dom?
Yeah, that looks fine.
Okay. Okay, we're going to let that go ahead and dry. And we will be back after it is done drying. And we will be putting the motor pod on, which I've already done the sticker again. And that's just going to go right there so we can start the next thing. I think after we get the motor pod installed, we're going to go ahead and install and build the push rods. I think we're going to do that before we actually install the wings and whatnot. And I think we're going to do that just because of the minimal amount of space we actually have to work with. So, alright. Alright. We'll be right back. It'll be an instant for you guys. But, yeah. It'll be about 20-30 minutes for us. Okay. We're pretty much ready to go ahead and install the motor here. So we're going to go ahead and install the motor base, but first we have to install the spar for the top wing. Okay, and it just sits in there like that, but we need to glue it. So just like all the other pieces using the UFO, you want to make sure that you got them lined up properly. Pull and give it a 30 count. Okay. Okay. We're right there. And while we're here, we're going to go ahead and throw the propeller on. And that's just a push. Alright. Now while this is going, we're going to go ahead and run, let's pull this stuff out so it's a little easier. We're going to run this wire right through this little hole here. Okay?
No.
And then
Stop. No.
feed it right through.
Marley. Marley.
Okay, dry fit it. We'll pull this out. Throw some UFO glue right here. Right here. And on the wood. Side of the wood. Get it nice and coated. Do just like we do with all the others, as long as I have this thing flipped around properly. Press the pieces together, get that glue to really smash out the sides. Okay, pull it off. Let's give it a nice 30 count. And we'll go ahead and give a nice little press down. See, that was actually pretty easy. Make sure that it remains perpendicular. Be very careful here, because pressing down too hard you could break those panels. Those foam panels that you're trying to adhere to. So go right here. Alright. Go ahead and let that dry. Make sure that it's at that right angle. Make sure it's at that right angle, and once it's dry, you'll be ready to go on to the next step. Thank you very much for watching the video. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Let's get in that algorithm and try to get some more subscribers. I've noticed most of you guys are watching it, but you're not subscribed. Click that like button, share, subscribe, comment, please. Redneck Wrecked.